I'm the Director of Engagement Solutions at Cognosante, and I support our research and development efforts for case management and healthcare-based solutions for contact centers. I also work with our capture and business development teams from a sales engineering perspective. So delivering a world-class customer experience isn't that the million-dollar question? So we like to look at each project and each customer and each client as unique. And really try to manage those expectations. So aligning our customer expectations with our service levels is really key to keeping our patients, our callers, and our customers satisfied, and make sure that we're meeting all of our stated goals, and make sure that we have open lines of communications with our clients, and make sure that as issues arise that they're communicated. And it's really about managing of that relationship with your customers, that you have the right tools, processes, and ultimately the right people in place to deliver on those promises. Achieving an effortless experience is really a challenge, and from our perspective at Cognosante, that means that we've identified an issue or a problem, and we're able to resolve it before the customer or the patient even notices that there is an issue. So for us, that's all about automating and applying analytics and different tools on the back end to make sure that if there's a data discrepancy between a provider and an insurer or the government agency, that we can identify and resolve those issues before it becomes an issue for the patient. So we try to resolve those problems on the back end before it even becomes an issue for the customer, and then they're calling about what's going on, where's my health insurance, or why can't I make an appointment. So that's for us effortless, but obviously there's always going to be exceptions, and that's why there's really the most important piece of customer service for us is always going to be that customer-facing agent that's on the phone or taking it through a different channel. So making sure that they're trained for empathy, as well as being able to identify, route, and resolve a problem as quickly as possible on the first call. So how do we manage a good customer experience? So for us, it's not just about technology, it's also about our people and processes. So we're ISO 9001 certified, which means that we have standards of operating procedures, but we also understand that you need to have agents that are flexible, that can go the extra mile and take ownership of a caller's issue from cradle to grave. So that's really how we do it. So we try to pioneer using novel and new technologies that can provide better security in the public cloud, as well as delivering on ultimately that empathy and sympathy from a caller's perspective, to make sure that we have agents that express that they care and take ownership of the caller's issues. So the role of automation is huge in the overall customer experience. So at Cognosante, we try to apply automation to resolve issues before a customer or a patient even finds out that there is an issue. So instead of alerting a customer that there's a problem and then giving them a pizza or a FedEx tracking number for an issue, we'd rather just resolve that before they even know it. So if there's a snag in, for example, if FedEx is delivering your package and it's delayed, we'd rather resolve that delay and get the package to you maybe an hour later. And certainly we can alert people, but oftentimes it's more efficient to resolve the issue before you even notice that there's a problem. So at Cognosante, we primarily support public sector healthcare clients, and our patients and customers that are calling us and that we're working with are often frustrated and have difficult issues surrounding their healthcare insurance, or the status of a tax form, or the coverage of a policy. So those can be very complicated, as well as difficult scenarios, and someone's healthcare or health insurance people can take very, very personally and be very passionate about that, particularly when it impacts their coverage or their care of themselves or a loved one. So we train our agents to be empathetic, as well as have patience, and so we try to focus on quality over quantity. So if an agent needs to take more time to hear out that caller's story, we place an emphasis on supporting the overall experience and supporting that caller, even if it takes an extra minute, to make sure that they feel like they're being heard